Hello, RoahmMythril here once again, and with the way things have been going, I just need to relax with some ducks. So it's time for another Placid Plastic Duck Simulator update video. The game itself has updated recently. It's added some things like multiplayer for if you just want to relax with friends and watch some ducks. But also, there is a new pool, so we'll be looking at that. We have the original Infinity Cool, Quacking the Ice, but now we have Hypospace Download, kind of a sci-fi themed one. So we'll check this out. I've already seen all the ducks in the original set and Ducks Please. There are a lot I'm still missing from Duck Addiction. Also, I am going to keep Duck Events on because recently they actually celebrated their 1-year anniversary, and there were 3 event ducks that they released based on that. It was a timed event thing, so sadly, if you've missed them, I guess you'll have to wait for next year. I would assume they'll come back at the proper time. But yeah, I do want to show them off if they decide to show up. They're cute. I did get them, so yeah. Let's begin. Oh, we don't start with the yellow one. We start with the alien. Alright. So, this is our new map. Okay, and we have a chair over here. I guess this thing is where the duck came from. Let's see, any other vantage points? Okay, that's the duck itself. This is kind of weirdly out of the way. Big red candy-like button? Well, oops. That just gave me an achievement called Pachoo. Is that really all it does? Okay. I can actually type here. I doubt this is going to do anything. Yeah, invalid username. A mystery for another day. So, that's interesting. So yeah, we've got quite the weird map here. We're close to another duck dropping in, so we'll get to actually talking after that happens so I don't interrupt myself there. Very strange vibe to this place. Rubber ducks on an alien world. The dreaded bullduck. El Pato Toro. I'll have to ask Neo if I'm right on that. Have my years-old Spanish classes abandoned me? Okay, so anyway. Those who watched the last update video know that recently my cousin unfortunately passed away. The aftermath has been, quite the thing. Just trying to plan the funeral. So, on the day of his passing, July 3rd, they decided they needed to do an autopsy. I don't know if that was a decision made just because he passed away at home, whereas, like, with the others that have passed on in my family, I don't remember that being a thing. My aunt and her husband, they passed away while in hospital care, and my mum was in a hospice when she passed away, so I don't know if it was just the fact that they were under some form of quote-unquote official health care that they didn't feel the need to do an autopsy, or maybe they did and I just somehow didn't know that was part of it. So, they said that they were kind of backed up at the time. And so it was probably going to be a while before we heard anything. So, that's basically what we've been dealing with. And yet now it's, at the time of recording this, almost 3 weeks since he was taken in. And we never heard back. We'll come back to this. In the meantime, my uncle decided to try and get things going as best he could as far as the funeral arrangements, talking to both the funeral home and the cemetery people. And we're about to have another duck. Who are you? That is kind of one thing about this map I'm not too fond of, is there's not really a lot of vantage points. So it can be hard to find who dropped in. Very sparkly. I don't know why metallic teal blue like that has always just been a really nice looking thing to me. I just really like how that looks. Okay, so we're trying to figure out how we're going to arrange all this, because, I mean, we have to keep the shop running. It's our only real source of income. So, we do our research. We go on the website for the funeral home and the cemetery, find out what information we can, and we get the first bit of good news we've really had in all this. Where did you go? Did you go to the upper pool? Yes, you did. Alright. So I guess that's how ducks get up there. But anyway, we got the first bit of good news that we'd had during this whole thing. The funeral home is open 24/7. Convenient. So on Sunday, after the shop closes, my uncle drives up to the funeral home. Guess who's closed? Trust me, I understand the need for taking time off. Obviously, I've been doing that. Sometimes you gotta take days just for yourself. And especially in a profession like that, it only makes sense. But if you're going to do that, maybe don't advertise yourselves as being open 24/7. So, trying to make the best of it, he goes and talks with the cemetery people. He can at least get some things going with them, and we find out that on that end of things, it's going to run us about $10,000. They also give us some paperwork for the funeral home. The wrong funeral home. So it's another of those things where you kind of get the feeling one hand doesn't know what the other one is doing. So he comes home. Monday, we're closed all day, so he goes up to the funeral home again. They're open this time. The funeral director is out of town. It continues. So, comes back home. Who are you? Well, there is a song called Disco Duck. So, once he comes home from that fiasco, Tuesday, he calls to try and make an appointment. He gets one for Wednesday. Okay, so we're going to be closed all day so he can go up there on Wednesday and talk to the funeral director. Gets up there, talks with them. We find out that the funeral home side of things is going to be another $10,000. So in total, this is going to run us around $20,000. My uncle asks if they do financing, so we can pay over time. And from what my uncle told me in a very condescending voice, they said, "Oh no, we don't do that." So yeah, that felt great. But anyway, we at least have that lined up. I don't exactly know how we're going to deal with the $20,000. I don't know if we need to take out a loan that we can pay over time or what, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. But it's been a thing. And in all this, we still haven't heard back from the coroner. So we're wondering, have they released the body? What? As it turns out, there was a miscommunication. They weren't supposed to call us, we were supposed to call them and let them know about the funeral home arrangements and everything. Which, I'm not mad at anybody for the miscommunication. I mean, obviously, the only day where we even talked to them, we were distraught on our end, and they were backed up and busy on their end, so it was just kind of bad timing all around. But I don't know. Again, it's been 3 weeks since my cousin passed away, and they've just been hanging on to the body. If you're working with the remains of someone's loved ones, maybe stay in contact? I don't know. Is that just me? It's been a frustrating experience all around. But I think finally we've kind of got things lined up. We don't have an official date yet for when the funeral is going to be, but I think we're at least getting there at this point. But it's been a road, to be sure. Definitely been a process. Santa Claus conquers the Martians. So, things obviously are still kind of up in the air. We're still waiting to figure out when is the actual funeral date going to be. I'm sure there's plenty of behind-the-scenes stuff that I still don't actually know. Oh, it has been an experience, that is for sure. So actually a quick update to the update. As it turns out, basically the moment I finished recording this, my uncle got home from the funeral home. Apparently everything has been straightened out and the funeral will be taking place this Monday morning. So at the very least, that much is ironed out. So for the sake of my own sanity, let's switch to more pleasant topics. Let's talk just current gaming stuff I've been doing. So, somewhere along the line, I did get Tears of the Kingdom, and I've been playing through that. And I had a night where I was kept awake by unpleasant thoughts. I just could not get back to sleep. So, the logical thing to do was power through most of the end game of Tears of the Kingdom and actually beat it. And then get to sleep around like 11 in the morning. So, yeah, that happened. So I did beat Tears of the Kingdom, at least the main story. There's a lot of side quest stuff I have not done yet. I don't know how much of it I actually do plan to do. I want to get the rest of the outfit pieces. I might want to try and track down the rest of the bullfrogs. Maybe see if I can do all the side quest stuff. I don't think that I really want to go hunting all the Koroks, because moderation is not a term in modern Zelda, that is for sure. I don't know if it's 900 of them like it was in Breath of the Wild, but the thought scares me. I also didn't hunt down all the Koroks in that one. Overall thoughts, I had a fun time with the game. I still really don't think I can call it a favorite Zelda game. I would like to see a more traditional new Zelda game come out, one where like weapon durability isn't a thing. There's more of a focus on dungeons and finding new tools that you get along the way through the course of the game, rather than just front-loading you with all your powers. That sort of thing. Will we ever get that? Who knows? And there are arguments that can be made on either side of it. Like, in those kinds of games, usually the item you get in a dungeon gets used primarily to get through that dungeon, and then maybe for a few little side goals here and there, like finding pieces of heart or whatever. But I still find that more fun, and that it gives more reason to explore around than just, okay, here's another shrine, you got another fourth of a heart. I don't know. I can see it going either way, and I definitely see why people like the open world games. But I would like a more traditional one in there somewhere. Lucha Duck! Love it. And like I said, I don't even dislike the game. I still very much enjoyed Tears of the Kingdom. I still want to play more of it after all. And also, Tulin is the best boy. There is this video that I keep seeing going around where it's a line, apparently from SpongeBob, that somebody did in Tulin's voice, and just having him say, with this great inflection, I had 4 biscuits, but I ate 1. Now I have 3. And it just sounds so cute, and it's been living rent-free in my head for a while now. But yeah, Overall, really good game. But I would like a more traditional Zelda at some point as well. You know, it's the thing about, hey, variety is good, have both. Another game that I've gotten into recently is, apparently the term I've heard coined for these games like Vampire Survivors is garlic-like. I love it. But it's this new one that showed up on the eShop called Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde. I've been very much enjoying that. I've only done a few runs so far, but it's very bright and colorful. I love the artwork for it, and there's this big web full of skills to unlock, and there's just something very satisfying about it. So I want to thank Kit for suggesting that one to me. I've also been poking at Picross games. Honestly, I've tried to do an update video once where I was playing Picross in the background. Trying to concentrate on Picross rules while talking about updates just was not going well. I'd either hard focus one or the other, and things weren't going anywhere. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of those games on eShop now, but I've been enjoying just picking through them here and there. I also did today get my copy of Pikmin 4. I haven't actually started it up yet, though. Honestly, I haven't really done too much gaming today at the time of recording this, because we're in one of those phases where Southeast Texas weather does not want to make up its mind, and unfortunately, I am very sensitive to weather pressure. It gives me nasty headaches, and I've had one off and on all day. I'm doing this while I have a brief break from that going on. It is honestly high on the list of reasons I wish I had the money and means to move, because, yeah, living on the Southeast Texas Gulf Coast while being super sensitive to weather pressure is, not a great mix. But from what I've seen of Pikmin 4, I am definitely looking forward to giving it a go. It seems like it takes a lot of cues from Pikmin 2, which I really enjoyed that one. So, yeah. And you are? Not Picross, but crossword. Tonfo. So, that overall is where things have been right now. I've mainly just been doing gaming for my own benefit to just try and relax. Another thing I kind of want to get back to is just training some Pokemon just for fun. I've kind of been wanting to train some old ones on the 3DS games, like some Mega Evolutions or things that you can't transfer ahead for reasons. But, yeah. Basically, I'm just trying to look for mindless distraction type stuff, more or less. I do, however, want to get back to work on things on the channel. Obviously, I'm getting this video together for that purpose, so there's at least some content that I can upload. But I do want to get back to making other videos. It might not be immediately getting back to Battle Network 5 or a more solid planned project like that where I have to do research and practice and all that kind of stuff, but I do want to get back to that fairly soon. But there's probably going to be some lead up where I might do some more one-off videos or some runs of things like World of Horror, Luck Be a Landlord, Shotgun King, things like that. Give me some suggestions in the comments, maybe. I am very much in a World of Horror mood, though, so that might be the next thing I do is one or two more World of Horror runs, and I'll upload those along the way. Battle Network 5, obviously, that is not abandoned. I will be getting back to that. I just kind of need to get back in the right headspace and everything, which we'll get there. Oh, we get the Sci-Fi channel. Nice. So, there's that. Also, I've been considering just as kind of a for-me project, I kind of want to do Pokemon Crystal No Evolutions fairly soon. Because that's something, I don't really have to do too much research for that, and it's just fun retro Pokemon training, and so yeah, I might want to do that fairly soon. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, just take as long as you need, you don't have to make content, what you're going through is important, take care of yourself, take care of your health, etc., and I very much appreciate that. I very much appreciate everybody's support, but at the same time, I want to do something to earn that support. Like, I have so many people, and I am truly, eternally grateful for everybody who supports me, either through, like, direct PayPal donations or over on Patreon. And honestly, even people just that offer words of encouragement and everything. But I feel bad when I'm getting all that love, but not doing the stuff that I should be doing to earn it, if that makes sense. It's not a feeling of, I have to do this. Obviously, like I've said, if I wasn't having fun with it anymore, I wouldn't be doing it anymore. I'm only getting the Christmas ones for the event ducks. Make with the birthday celebration ones. But yeah, so I do kind of want to get back to working on things and produce some good, fun content. Also, it is partially just a good health thing for me to do that anyway, just to get back to some sense of normalcy after everything that has happened. So, hopefully, can get back to a good place, get working on that stuff. Like I said, I'm probably going to do a run or two of World of Horror pretty soon. I think the game actually did update and add some new content since last time I played, so that'll be fun. Maybe those in the know, if you want to suggest like a couple of things I could specifically work toward trying to unlock, go ahead and tell me in the comments. Give me some goals. I feel like we're at that point with World of Horror to where how much more am I really going to find on my own, and why am I hearing alien abduction sounds? Where is this? There's more to this map than I realized. John? And what's all this? Hi? What? I am very confused. Hi? What the... Okay, this must be one of the ones that's just a special duck for this map, because I think there are 3 of those. Wild. But yeah, where is this? It's not here on the upper level. Wild. Well, that was a complete derailment. I forget what point I was even on. Oh yeah, I think I was talking about World of Horror, and I think we're at the point where I don't really know that there's any more to the game that I'm going to discover just on my own and figure out. So, like, if you want to suggest 1 or 2 things that I can maybe start working toward, let me know. With that, I think that's basically everything I wanted to touch on. I want to extend my thanks again to everyone who's supporting me in any way, just emotionally, financially, whatever. I very much appreciate it. I am eternally grateful for that. One more duck. Hey, we got one of the anniversary ducks. Cake duck. So we'll hang out with Cake Duck for the outro here. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Until then, fare thee well.